Welcome to Instagram Success for bloggers and business owners. I'm Joanne from lifewithjoanne.com, and this is video number 2 in a 3-part series. In the first video, I went over some settings and profile options that you may not have known about, like how to get your profile suggested to other members as someone to follow, and which setting will conserve your mobile data usage. I want to get through this video a little bit quickly. I have a lot of ground to cover, and I want to try to keep it at about 15 minutes. So let's move on. Excuse me. I want to just quickly share some Instagram stats that you might find interesting. There are 300 million people active on Instagram every month, and member engagement is 15 times greater than on Facebook. Makes you want to give Instagram a second look, right? I meant to add this slide with video number 1, but we'll go over it now before we move on. As I've said before, I'm using an iPhone 5, so your app may be laid out differently. The screenshot on the left shows your home page. This is where you'll see your followers' photos. Look in the upper right corner for notifications about direct photos that have been sent to you. These are like private messages, but with photos. The screen on the right shows your profile, and I want to just point out a few quick things here. The first 2 buttons in this navigational bar are for photo layout. The first one is a grid, which is what I'm using, and the other is a row of larger photos. Next to that is your photo map, where photos are pinned to a map by the locations that you choose on your photos. And the last button shows photos that you were tagged in. That's down here. Along the bottom, you have the search function, the built-in camera, and your notifications of likes, comments, and follows. Let's talk for a minute about what kinds of photos usually do well on Instagram. And by well, I mean that they get a lot of likes and comments. This is based on my observations after being on Instagram for 3 years. This month is actually my 3-year anniversary. If you use Instagram like I do for both personal and business, you won't have a problem sharing these types of photos. And we're going to go through about 5 different photos. Excuse me. So as you can see, the first type of photo is food, and this does well on most social media sites. I do want to point out, though, if you're not using a very good camera, take into consideration the types of food that you're taking pictures of. Because some foods, like certain types of meat, stew, chocolate smoothies, and soup, some types of soup, tend to not look very appetizing. As a matter of fact, they can look like something else. So you want to look at your photo. You want to make sure that it is appetizing. This is food after all. You want to make us want to eat it. Another type of photo that does well, again on most social media sites, not just Instagram, is pets and animals. And not only cats and dogs. Horses, giraffes, local wildlife also get a lot of attention. Photos of your pets doing cute things are always going to get attention. Meaningful quotes and word art do very well, especially if it's a quote that's not already all over the internet. Pictures of the sky and clouds are very popular on Instagram. You can also try using some of your sky photos as backdrops for quotes. I do that, and that works out well for me. Personal photos are also very popular. Selfies, your kids. These are my kids here. This is my youngest daughter and my older son. There's another one that's in between the two of them. Your kids, your family, your friends, especially if it's a holiday or a wedding or a party. We want to see your people. We want to see your tribe. So show us. Along the bottom of the screen here, I have some other categories that also do well on Instagram: flowers, nature, fashion, makeup. I said selfies before, and also funny texts. If you and your husband or your boyfriend or children have a funny exchange on a text, screenshot that and share it on Instagram. We want to see it. We're nosy like that. These are just some tips. I am not a professional photographer by any means. I am interested in photography. I have been since I'm a teenager. I do enjoy taking photos. I'm not a professional though. I don't make money at it. It's just something that I enjoy. But you don't have to be a professional photographer to build a following or make sales on Instagram. But what you do have to do is post good quality photos on a consistent basis. That doesn't mean 10 crappy photos and one good one. Consistently posting good quality photos will get your followers in the habit of liking and commenting on your photos. And that way, when you post a product or a service that you're selling, it will be easier for you to get engagement. You also want to check the lighting and watch for shadows. You don't have to have a dedicated space set up for taking photos. I don't. And you can still make the most of what you have. Try different times of the day or another area of your home for better shots. Also, try interesting angles. Instagram is known for moment to moment photos. Just like a kind of a photo, like a moment in the life of someone. And you telling your story in an interesting way starts with the angles. So just those are just some tips of things that work for me. Okay, I want to take you through the process of uploading a photo from your mobile device to Instagram. And again, your app may look differently. You can take the photo through the built-in camera, although I never do. I don't think I've ever used the camera on Instagram. I always use the camera on my phone. So I really can't speak to how well it is. I'm going to assume it's good though. What you're going to do first is import your photo. That's this first screen right here. It'll show you all the photos in your folders, and then you can just pick which one you want. Then it's going to bring you to a screen where you can choose one of 19 filters. Each filter also can be further adjusted to make the effect stronger or weaker, and you can also add a border around each photo. You don't have to use a photo at all. You can use the normal setting. Over 50% of my photos don't have a filter. So you don't have to use it. Sometimes it's not needed. After that, you can go to adjust the exposure if you think it's needed. And then the last option is the toolbox. And when you click on that, it's going to open up a bunch of options down at the bottom. A lot of them I don't really use. I have used some of them in the past when a photo needed it. So that's basically uploading a photo. After you leave this screen and you click on where it says next, you'll be going here. And on this screen, you have two options. Used to have one, but now we have two options. You can share the photo with your followers or as a direct message. The follower screen is on the left and the direct message screen is on the right. Both options allow you to add a description. I do suggest adding a few hashtags there. If you're sharing it with all of your followers, that's this screen on the left. You can also tag people in the photo. You can add it to your photo map, and you can choose a location, which is actually nice if you're on vacation or someplace special because you'll have the location stamp on the photo. Excuse me. Sometimes the company or the location will respond back to you. I have experienced that a few times myself, actually. Most recently, when my husband and I went to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa for our anniversary. And as I was posting photos, they not only followed me, but they liked and commented on most of my photos. At the bottom, you can choose which, if any, social media sites you want to share your photo on. And just so you know, when you share it to Twitter, it doesn't usually show up as a photo, it shows up as a link. Sharing it to Facebook and Tumblr will show it as a photo. I also like to back up my photos to Flickr, just so I have a copy someplace else. So if you have a Flickr account, that might be something that you want to do. The other option on the screenshot on the right is actually a fairly new option. And what this allows you to do is send a direct photo. If you choose this option, your photo will not be shown to your followers. This is a good feature if you have a certain group of customers that you want to offer a special to, or if you want to share a photo with just a few select friends. So you have that option as well. All your followers or just a few. We spoke about hashtags a few moments ago, and I want to spend a little time going over them. I get asked quite a lot of questions about hashtags, and I want to share what works for me. Hashtags are very popular on Instagram, just as they are on Twitter. And you should add at least 2 hashtags to your photos, because what that will do is enable your photos to be seen by people other than your followers, because people do click on certain hashtags. If you go on Instagram right now, pick up your phone, go to Instagram, go to someone's photo, click on one of their hashtags, and you will be taken to a page showing all of the photos that use that hashtag. This is a great way to gain new followers and new engagement on your photos. You might be tempted to go overboard and use a million hashtags, but I'm here to tell you that all you're going to do is turn off your followers. I have a list here of some of the more popular hashtags. These are the top 40. Some of them are very general in nature, like InstaGood, which you could pretty much use on anything. Some of them, of course, are a little more specific to the photo, like InstaFood, InstaPets, which of course you would use on food or pet photos. Let's see, what else is on here? Actually, InstaPets is not even on here, InstaFood, but those are pretty popular. Amazing, that's another good one. So just try to avoid, and I know that they're on here, like number 29, follow for follow. Try to avoid those. A lot of kids and a lot of spammers tend to use those. So as a business owner, a blogger, you want to stay away from that. This is a question that this is probably the most popular question that I get asked. Let's talk about adding photos from your laptop or your computer to Instagram. As I said in the last video, Instagram is first and foremost a mobile app, and you cannot add photos from your computer or your laptop directly to Instagram. But that doesn't mean you can't use photos from your laptop or computer. What you do is use the USB connection that came with your phone, and that will transfer your photos from your laptop to your phone. I'll tell you what I do. My daughter actually gave me this idea, and I've been using it ever since. I email the photos to myself, and then I open up my email on my phone, download the photo, and open it up on Instagram. It literally takes me 90 seconds from start to finish. So it's really easy. So if that is something that you want to do, I know I have a ton of photos on my laptop, or sometimes I want to bring it to my laptop and work on it. I want to edit it, or I want to crop it somehow. And while you can do it on your mobile, I like to do it on my laptop because I want to see the photo a little bit larger. So that's how you can get your photos that are on your laptop or your computer to Instagram. I want to thank you for watching video 2 in the Instagram Success for Bloggers and Business Owners series. If you are watching this video from someplace other than the page on my blog, then you can sign up for the entire series at lifewithjoanne.com/Instagram success, which will be linked below if you're not on my blog. Coming up in the next video, I want to share with you what other tools I use to make the most of Instagram, why engaging with your followers is important, and some other cool stuff. So I will see you in the next video.